Dallas Game Day Nation, this is one of those moments where the heart swells with pride, even through the sadness, because today we honor a true legend of the Dallas Cowboys, a man whose name might not be shouted from every rooftop, but whose contributions helped build the foundation of what this franchise means to all of us, what it represents in the history of football, and why this team's legacy resonates decades after the cheers have quieted. I'm talking about Billy Truax, the dependable, tough-as-nails tight end who passed away this week at the age of 82, a Super Bowl VI champion, and a man whose football journey embodied the grit, the resilience, and the heart that Cowboys Nation holds sacred. Truax, who starred in college at LSU and carved out a 10-year NFL career with both the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys, has died. And as we reflect on his life, you've got to appreciate not just the stats, but the story behind those numbers. The story of a player who lived the values Cowboys fans cherish most. Billy Truax wasn't a household name like Roger Staubach or Bob Lilly, but make no mistake, he was a building block of the 1971 Cowboys team that brought home a championship and changed the narrative of this franchise forever. He was born William Frederick Truax in Gulfport, Mississippi, and from the very beginning, his athletic prowess was undeniable. All-prep, all-state at Holy Cross High School, a four-sports superstar who earned All-America honors in college at LSU before being drafted in the second round of the 1964 NFL Draft. But the road was never easy. An injury wiped out his rookie year after being drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Rather than fold, Truax battled back, was traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and quickly proved that his size, strength, and football IQ made him not just a blocker, but a clutch receiver and a versatile weapon on offense. He excelled under Hall of Fame coach George Allen, putting up some of his best seasons in LA, including posting career highs in receptions and yardage in 1967, numbers that in today's pass-happy NFL would get everyone talking. Truax wasn't just catching passes, he was playing through pain. He was on the field blocking for his teammates, and he was responding to adversity with the kind of grit that only true pros understand. And that's exactly what Cowboys Nation loves: heart, hustle, and toughness. When the Cowboys acquired him in May of 1971, trading with the Rams for wide receiver Lance Rensel, it wasn't just another roster move. It was Tom Landry, Tex Schramm, and the entire Dallas organization adding a seasoned, reliable player who would help ensure that every piece of the Cowboys machine was functioning at championship level. And oh, did that team deliver! The 1971 Dallas Cowboys finished with an 11-3 record, dominated the NFC, and rolled into Super Bowl VI firing on all cylinders, ready to rewrite history. This was a Cowboys franchise that had come close before, but hadn't yet broken through, until that moment in Tulane Stadium, a game in which Dallas terrorized the Miami Dolphins 24-3, setting Super Bowl records for rushing yards, total first downs, and defensive dominance, while Roger Staubach took home MVP honors for a performance that Cowboys fans still replay in their minds to this day. This was the first time an NFC team won the Super Bowl after the AFL-NFL merger, and it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. It was Dallas telling the world that America's team was ready to take its rightful place among the elite, and Billy Truax was right there on that roster, doing his part, with 15 receptions, 232 yards, and a touchdown that season while playing through injuries that would have sidelined plenty of others. Imagine that for a moment. You're part of a championship roster. You've battled the ups and downs of a pro career from LSU to the Rams to Dallas. You've played in front of friends and family in your own hometown of New Orleans, and you helped the Cowboys win the Super Bowl? Truax himself said that Super Bowl meant even more because of the people he loved in the stands and the journey it took to get there. But Truax's legacy goes beyond one game, one catch, or 1 yard. He retired in 1973 after a stellar decade in the NFL, nearly 200 receptions, over 2,400 yards, and 17 touchdowns during an era when tight ends were expected to block just as much as they were expected to catch. And because he gave everything to the game at every level, he's been inducted into multiple halls of fame, including Holy Cross and LSU, and the Greater New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame. honors that reflect not just what he did on Sundays, but who he was as a competitor, a teammate, and a man. Listen, Cowboys fans, this is what legacy looks like. It's not always about the spotlight. It's not always about the touchdowns or the highlight reel catches. Sometimes it's about the player who purchased the ticket for someone else, who blocked for his teammate like his life depended on it, who showed up when it mattered most, and who helped lift this franchise to its first true Super Bowl triumph. That's the kind of legacy Billy Truax leaves behind. And as we look forward to the future of the Dallas Cowboys, a team ready to reload, refocus, and chase another Lombardi trophy, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Billy Truax may not have been the flashiest star, but he was one of the ones who got us to the promised land. That's something every Dallas Cowboys fan should wear with pride. His story is a reminder that every player counts, every role matters, and championship culture starts with effort, heart, and belief, the same values the Cowboys Nation holds dear to this day. So tell me, Cowboys Nation, what does a legend like Billy Truax mean to you? How do stories like his shape the way you see this franchise's history? Drop your opinions right now in the comments. Smash that like button if you believe the Cowboys are still destined for greatness, and make sure you hit subscribe, because Dallas Game Day is your home for every moment that matters, from the glory of the past to the triumphs of tomorrow.